Viewers and students, there is a video in integral calculus, and I consider this as a challenge problem for you to watch and learn. I hope that through this video, your knowledge in integral calculus will be enhanced. So here is the problem. For a sector of central angle 2 theta and radius r, derive the formula for the moment of inertia of area with respect to the x-axis of symmetry and through the center perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. So let's draw the figure first, and I orient the sector in such a way that um, the axis of symmetry will coincide the x-axis as shown in the figure, and we or I consider a horizontal strip. You may which is the appropriate strip for this case, so that there will only be one integral to set up with. So the thickness is equal to dy, and we have here the right x, which is the x of this circular arc, which is equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared equals radius squared, big R squared, and the distance of every element of the strip from the x-axis, which is y. I intentionally do that so that you can use the definition of moment of inertia, which is equal to constant distance square, which is in this case y sub c, which is just y. So y squared, integral of y squared times differential mass, which is the differential area in this case, and which has the form quantity right x minus left x times the thickness dy. So the equation of the circle, as I said, is x squared plus y squared equals radius squared. So since there are two areas here, above and below this axis of symmetry, which happens to be the x-axis, so we double the setting up of the moment of inertia of this area. So 2 times integral of constant distance here y squared, and the differential area is right x minus left x times thickness dy. The right x is equal to square root of r squared minus y squared, while the left x is the x of this line. And since this line has a slope equal to the tangent of the angle it makes with the horizontal tangent of theta, so the equation of this line, in particular this side, is y equals slope. Slope is tangent theta times x. Y equals mx. There's no y-intercept. So that's y equals slope tangent of theta times x. So that's it. Therefore, left x is y over tangent theta. So substitute into the formula where left x is y over tangent theta, or simply y cotangent of theta. So 2 integral 0 to, by the way, the upper limit is r sine theta, radius, hypotenuse, then times sine of that angle. So that's the upper limit. Then we have y square, integral of y square quantity, right x, square root of r squared minus y squared, minus y cotangent of theta. Now, we put the variable by our experience in integral calculus. When the integrand involves constant square minus variable square, we put the variable equal to r sine theta from trigo substitution. Therefore, the differential dy is equal to r sine alpha rather. Therefore, the differential is r cosine alpha times differential of alpha. We substitute it there, and we also change limits. When y is 0, r is y over r, or 0 over r is still 0. Arc sine of 0 is 0. Then when y is r sine theta. R sine theta equals r sine alpha. This is the right triangle defining sine of alpha, which is opposite y over hypotenuse r. So this adjacent side is square root of r squared minus y squared, which is r cosine of alpha. So by changing limits, again, when y is 0, alpha is 0, and when y is r sine theta, upper limit, we conclude that r sine theta equals r sine alpha, so cancel r. Sine theta equals sine alpha, so that means alpha is equal to theta. So we then change the limits from 0 to theta. From this integral here, replace y in the integrand and the dy also. So that becomes 2 integral 0 to theta of r squared sine squared alpha quantity r cosine alpha minus this is r cosine alpha, and y cube is r cube sine cube of alpha times cotangent of theta, then times dy, which is equal to r cosine alpha differential alpha. So r to the fourth is common. We factor that out and distribute and simplify. That would be 2r to the fourth integral from 0 to theta of quantity r sine square alpha cosine square alpha minus sine to the fifth alpha cotangent of alpha times cosine alpha differential of alpha. So Ix is 2r to the fourth integral 0 to theta of quantity sine square alpha cosine square alpha differential alpha. Then minus, we already distributed, uh, we already have r cube sine cube of alpha cotangent of alpha, then we have cosine of alpha differential alpha. Sorry for the wrong uh, mentioned expression I stated earlier, but this is the correct one. So we use double angle formula to transform this into sine of 2 alpha all over 2, then quantity square. This one, we can evaluate this right away because if u is sine cube of alpha, the differential, if u is sine alpha, the differential is cosine alpha differential alpha. So this is minus cotangent theta sine to the fourth alpha over 4. While this one, we'll just transform that first to sine to alpha over 2. So that would be 2r to the fourth integral of sine to alpha over 2 double angle formula square differential alpha. Then this one is minus 2r to the fourth after we distribute that cotangent of theta, then integral of sine cube alpha cosine alpha differential alpha is sine to the fourth alpha over 4. So from 0 to theta. So we can now evaluate the integral of the second term. The first term, we change that to, because this is 4, so Ix is equal to r to the fourth over 2, then integral of sine squared to alpha differential alpha, then this one is minus r to the fourth over 2 cotangent of theta times sine to the fourth of theta. So let's focus for this integral. Again, we'll use double angle formula to transform this into 1 plus cosine of 4 alpha all over 2. That's the identity. So integral of 1 minus cosine 4 alpha over 2 differential alpha minus, we just copy the second term because we already evaluated that. So simplifying the second term, because cotangent theta is cosine theta over sine theta, so we can cancel sine theta and leaving the exponent of sine theta in the numerator cube. So that is simplified into r to the fourth over 2 sine cube of theta cosine of theta. So for this case, this is r to the fourth over 4. Integral of differential alpha is alpha. And the integral of cosine for alpha, differential alpha, is sine for alpha over 4. So I hope that you know that. So simplifying further, then copy the second term. So this is now r to the fourth over 4 quantity theta minus sine 4 theta over 4. So Ix is r to the 4 theta minus sine 4 theta over 4, then minus 2 sine cube theta cosine theta. We incorporate this second term here and we factor out r to the 4th over 4. So that's why we have minus 2 sine cube theta cosine of theta. So take note that sine 4 theta can be transformed into 2 sine 2 theta cosine of 2 theta. So copy, then quantity theta minus 1/4 of 2 sine 2 theta cosine 2 theta, then minus 2 sine cube theta cosine theta. Again, we use double angle identities. Sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cosine theta, while cosine of 2 theta is, there are so many identities for cosine 2 theta. Cosine square theta minus sine square theta. The other one is 2 cosine square theta minus 1, and the other one 1 minus 2 sine square theta. I select 1 minus 2 sine square theta for cosine 2 theta. So copy, then quantity theta minus 1/4 2, then sine 2 theta as mentioned earlier, 2 sine theta cosine theta, and cosine 2 theta I also mentioned earlier. I choose 1 minus 2 sine square theta for its identity, then copy the second term, this last term rather. So simplifying, we cancel 4 and distribute. So we have theta inside r to the 4th over 4 equals r4 over r to the 4th over 4 quantity theta. This is minus sine theta cosine theta. Then negative times negative, positive. So the distribution would be positive 2 sine cube theta cosine theta, then minus 2 sine cube theta cosine theta. So note that we can cancel these two. This will vanish. They are like terms, opposite signs. Then we can now have replaced sine theta cosine theta as sine 2 theta over 2 again, just like there. So we replace this by sine 2 theta over 2. So r to the 4th over 4 quantity theta minus sine 2 theta over 2. Then LCD is 2. So 2 theta minus sine 2 theta over 2. So finally Ix is r to the 4th over 8 quantity 2 theta minus sine of 2 theta. So that's it. Ix is r to the 4th over 8 quantity 2 theta minus sine 2 theta. That's the formula, and that's the derivation for the moment of inertia of a sector with respect to its axis of symmetry. Now, with respect to the axis through the center of the sector or circular sector perpendicular to this axis of symmetry, we know that the moment of inertia of a sector from the preceding videos, preceding problem about an axis through the origin and perpendicular to the plane of the sector is 1/4 r to the 4th, then times central angle to theta. IO, or polar moment of inertia, JO, or IZ, is equal to 1/4 r squared times central angle, which is in this case 2 theta. And IO is also IX plus IY. We want to derive IY. So IO is 1/4 r to the 4th times central angle 2 theta equals Ix, which we have just derived, r to the 4th over 8 quantity 2 theta minus sine 2 theta plus Iy. So to derive Iy, we transpose r to the 4th over 8 times 2 theta That's uh, to the left, and r to the fourth over 8 negative sine 2 theta becomes positive to the left also. So that would be 1, this is 1 half r to the fourth theta minus 1/4 r to the fourth theta. That would be r to the fourth over 4 theta, then plus r to the fourth over 8 sine 2 theta equals Iy. So Iy, therefore, factoring out r to the fourth over 8 is equal to same form as this, except that the sign is plus. So Iy is r to the fourth over 8 quantity 2 theta plus sine 2 theta. So that's it for this video. I hope that you learn from watching it, and I hope that your knowledge in integral calculus is enhanced, because that is important for you to pursue your chosen field in engineering.